Look at here, look at here, look at here. It ain't nobody on here, but I was gonna do this in the morning or earlier today, but I was talking to my parents. And now I'm just finna do this quick one, bro. 1, 2, as Lupac say before I go to bed. If somebody hear it, they do, they don't, they don't. So I don't even know, I forgot the title of the chat, but it has something to do with whatever's going on, because it's going on. But here's what I got to say about what's going on. I find it mighty funny and mighty strange, hey, my one person, that these people, this is just going to be a quick chat. I'm not going to be on here that long. I just got to say what I got to say. So, because it's past my bedtime. I just got off the phone with my parents, spending QT with my mom and my dad. But anyway, it's mighty funny and mighty strange. I don't even understand the process behind it. How they are taking a normal relationship where two people go through. Ain't nobody putting no hands on nobody. Ain't nobody spitting and putting their hands around nobody. Ain't nobody mollying nobody. Ain't nobody doing none of that. Taking none of this crazy stuff. Taking 10s and 30s and 40s and $50,000 of people. Ain't nobody doing none of this. Ain't nobody getting nobody pregnant. Ain't nobody doing none of this. And they rather put this on the internet and drag this man about a normal relationship or a relationship with people so freaking crazy. Every conversation that they have is recorded for somebody to hear. They rather take this relationship and put it on social media and find something to drag this man about. But they refuse to put on the flow this relationship where this man has been putting his hands on the mama, the son, spitting, putting hands around the neck, calling all out the name, allegations on the internet about giving people mollies and all this other kind of stuff. They refuse to speak of somebody who's actually doing something to hurt a woman that they support. And they're supposed to be advocates, bro. They're supposed to be freaking advocates for women. If those are advocates for women, I hope they will never advocate for me. Advocate with me. Just stay away from me with it. But they would rather drag a man about a normal situationship or a normal relationship with a willing woman, opposed to speak on a man who has been said to give women mollies, allegedly, put his hands, feet, and spit on women and children, verbally and mentally and financially abused a woman, and this is a woman that they're supposed to support. Oh, they don't want to talk about that. But here's something that I want to bring to the attention of these people. I want to bring this to the attention of these people. Have y'all ever thought at some point the same thing that those women said happened to them, it could have happened to your girl? Because some of those videos from back when they started or when they first came to the internet were demonic. It was like a whole different person. And in watching her all these years, we have never seen her look or behave that way. Even her outbursts today are nothing like the ones that she was having then. But y'all not worried about if the same thing that happened to those women on the T app happened to her. Y'all not worried about what was going on to make her spend $26,000 on the necklace, a bracelet, $10,000 on a ring, all her money on these trips, and have a man, her taking care of a man who is consistently dogging her out, consistently publicly embarrassing her. Y'all not worried about that. Is y'all on his payroll? I'm going to do what I want to do to her, but I'll pay y'all as long as y'all shut up and keep taking up and covering for me. What is wrong with y'all? Where in the world is it okay For you to constantly be on somebody's neck about normal relationships without hands, feet, drugs, or none of that. Whereas if normal for y'all to constantly be on that person's head, but a person has been known to show every negative effect on a woman and y'all let it skid by with no commentary, no nothing. Y'all need to check on your girl, because she may have been one of those ones that's been getting mollied, spending $26,000 and $30,000 and $10,000 on rings and necklaces and bracelets and clothes and shoes and jewelries and parties and trips, and still get dogged out and go right back and do it again. Got 6 kids but had 4 and had to downsize from her big house to her little house. Gets on the internet, like I said, never has spazzed out the way that she spazzed out at the beginning of their relationship with all those freaking sniffles. Never spazzed out like that before. The face, the way that she was looking, the weight loss. But y'all don't pay none of that any attention. This T-app didn't jog your memory with none of that. None of that. Y'all don't know if the food was getting laced, the drinks was getting laced, the soda, the water, nothing. Not saying it was, but you don't know. All you know is the behavior pattern of the girl y'all supposed to support was completely different from prior to and now. The spaz out sessions are even different. I played before the way that this person manipulates her and what this person uses on her to manipulate this childhood trauma. I just need some time. Then I told you before it even came out that the night of that accident, my opinion, we was coming from a different house. And we had the accident and we had to jump on the phone and pretend like we just wanted to go see our babies and go home. And what's coming out? The T-app around the same time as the accident. I don't know if it's the exact day. I don't know if it's the day before, the day after, what day. I don't know what it is. But it's mighty strange. It's mighty strange. And then y'all don't even support your girl enough to say, hey, let that ninja walk. Let that ninja walk. He wasn't coming to your house. Get his phone and look on GPS and see exactly where he was. Get his phone bill and see who he called. Check his inboxes and see what he did before he came to you. Y'all ain't telling her none of that. But y'all got all the time in the world to break down a normal relationship of a man y'all have dragged for 3 years. But you will not say nothing to this man who is in the open, blatantly hurting a person y'all support or supposed to support. This is the weirdest situation I have ever in my life encountered with people who are supposed to support you, who are supposed to advocate for you. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Look deeper into the situation. This girl has cried out. This girl has been financially, emotionally, mentally, and physically hurt by this one person. By this one person. And y'all ain't said nothing. There has been so much proof that has come out. As she said, again and again and again and again and over in the inboxes, begging people for a date. And when he over there, he doing what he do. But then he comes right back to her. It's already been said. He like, listen, if y'all don't help her with her man and seeing through, at least make sure she's going to the clinic to get tested for things that she could possibly get from all these situations that this man is going into. But no, y'all rather stay on RH, who goes into a situationship with women knowing what he's gone through. It's out in the open. So if they step into a situationship or relationship with him, it's their better hood. It's on them. It's their better, against their better judgment or with their better judgment or however it is. It's there. And the fact that they expect for that man to ever get serious with a woman right after he's been just completely dogged by an internet full of women, and every time he don't want to be with the woman because he ain't married to none of the women, y'all want to come back on the internet and tell what he said. What the hell kind of women is y'all? Sit y'all musty coochie asses down somewhere. Stop running up behind a man. Go to church. Pray. Delete your phone. Tell your mama I said take your damn phone. There ain't no grown woman now that should call themselves wanting to be in a relationship with a man, laying down with a man, and keep every message or text message for the man to expose the man. Who y'all think y'all is? What is the purpose of that? That means y'all ain't been no damn good from the start. That means you ain't no damn good. Ain't no earthly good. Don't make sense for you to even be on the earth because you ain't no damn good because you had ill intent from the beginning. Like I told a couple of my friends, I said, oh, if you ever dealing with a woman and, not a woman, hold on. If you ever dealing with some people, a friend or whatever, and that friend can come back and reiterate everything that you said word for word, you ought to watch yourself around that person. You ought to watch yourself around that person. Because for them to remember everything that you said, there is some type of ill intent behind it. Ain't no way as a grown-ass person are you going to have a homegirl or a friend that you cool with and you going to remember every word that they say every time they say something. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. We too grown for that. We got our own lives. We got our own stuff we got going on. That don't make no sense. Monkey D. Leslie, I'm talking about women who choose to ignore men that hurt other women, and they choose to ignore that and let that go on, and then they want to go into another man's past relationships that are normal and find anything to drag them about when they got a whole monster dating someone that they're supposed to be supporting. They're not looking at the behavior that the girl had at the beginning of the relationship, from the sniffles to the weight loss to the spaz out that are so different than any spaz out that she's ever had before and currently. Those spaz out were insane. Her face, her behavior was just out of control. But there's also women on the internet right now saying that the last thing they remember was drinking one glass of wine and waking up in the bed naked with this person. Multiple women. But they not worried about that one. They're not worried about their friend being with that one who's a known person to put hands, feet, and spit on her and their children and go in her daughter's room at 3 o'clock in the morning and on top of her at 4 o'clock in the morning. They not worried about that one. They're only worried about a man who had a normal relationship with women who saw what the hell was going on the internet, but chose to be low down dirty dogs and record everything and screenshot everything that they talked about, which means they had no good intent in the first place. They ain't about shit. They just low down dirty dogs, ain't good for the face of the earth because they had ill intent in the first place. They don't want to talk about a person that is hurting their friend and could possibly, allegedly, maybe it runs with the situation and the narrative that's going on, could have done something to her or gave her something, as if we didn't notice the sniffles and the weight loss and the spazzing out and the slip ups and the trip ups and the mental stability that she didn't have. What woman in their right mind that got 4 kids, spend all their money on a ninja, cheating on them, and don't buy their kids nothing, and don't do nothing for their kids? Hey, Terry, how you doing, hon? You know something was wrong with that woman at that point. You know something had to be going on in that situation, but they ain't worried about that. They not looking at the signs and symptoms of that. How many drinks of water? We already know that person digging his nose and pluck boogers in the refrigerator. So what's so hard about putting something in that woman's drink of wine like they did the other woman, allegedly? She said she can remember drinking a glass of wine, 1 glass of wine, 1 glass of wine, not a bottle, but a glass of wine. And all she remembered was waking up in the bed naked. But that didn't jog no memories or ring no memories or thought process of, wait a minute, we need to check on our girl, because our girl was doing some crazy stuff at the beginning of this situation too. Our girl was getting hit on at the beginning and it's called out loud of her name at the beginning, and she was still spending all this money. She was still spazzing out. She was still losing weight. She was still, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Why y'all ain't checking on y'all girl and her stability levels? Why y'all not on this man? What? Is he doing the same thing to her that y'all doing to her ex-husband? Is he saving text messages and videos intentionally from the beginning of the situation because he ain't had no good intent for her either? If y'all say, listen, any woman or man who call theyself wanting to be with another man or woman, if it's a woman, another man, a man, another woman and woman, man and man, whatever the hell they choose. But if you call yourself wanting to be in a relationship or some type of situationship with a person, and your first thought process is to save every recording, every text message because you might need it, you are no good. And you had no intent for any good. You had no good intentions for that person in the first place. You didn't want to be with that person. You was doing some doggish crap. You were doing the same kind of crap they're doing right now. You just wanted some attention. It is sad. It is sick. It is ridiculous. It is unbelievable. And you let a person who has been seen by other people verbally, physically, emotionally, monetarily wise, hurting a person you support. But that's okay though, huh? That's okay. That's okay, huh? We gonna let that one go. Hey, Truth Slayer, how you doing? I don't know what that mean, but that look like that's some spam or something, so I'm gonna knock you out for a minute. I ain't gonna give you the chance, Popeye. Yeah, I'm gonna knock you on up out of here too. But I'm just so appalled. I thought that some of the people that were on her side were so intelligent. I thought that some of the people on her side were advocates. I thought that some of the people on her side had her best interests at heart, but y'all don't even care about her enough to look at the patterns that she has displayed through this saga. Let me go down the list once again. The insane spaz outs that she's never had before on nobody. She hasn't even had the same kind during the pregnancy or right after the pregnancy. The look in her face, the demonic look in the face is not even the same. The extreme weight loss, the sniffles, the lack of stability or financial stability, such as spending all this money on a man that was consistently dogging and cheating on her in her face and publicly humiliating her. When she has kids, that in itself is a red flag. Especially now that you have these people coming on that said, I don't remember. All I remember is the wine. And then the next thing I remember is waking up in the bed naked. Dude, there is something wrong. Y'all need to check on your girl if you really care. You need to sit down and listen to it and start to ask her, do she remember certain things? Because honestly, the way that some things are done and said, and 5 days later, they don't remember it, they didn't say it, the spiraling out of control, y'all need to check on your girl and make sure old boy ain't doing the same thing to old girl that he did to the old girls in the T-app. Something ain't right, bruh. Something ain't right. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that it's true. I'm not saying that this is what's happening. I'm not saying none of that, y'all. But y'all need to check on your girl instead of finding something wrong in a normal relationship or a relationship where people want to be with a person who's been dragged on the internet for 3 years. Oh, well, that's that. That's behind the scenes. Ain't nothing fancy or flashy or outside about it. But y'all not paying attention to this single woman who has been consistently getting manipulated and hurt by this one particular man who is now on the T-app. And women have said they drank a glass of wine and don't remember anything after that except for waking up the next morning in the bed after a glass of wine. Pay attention to the symptoms, y'all. Go check on your girl and leave that man alone. Y'all got bigger fish to fry in y'all community. Let that man and his women and whoever want to be a damn fool and be his woman, or who don't want to be a fool and be his woman, or who don't want to be a who, leave that man alone and go check on your girl and find out what's going on with that situation. All I want to say to her is this. Briana Battle, if you feel like a crime has been committed against you, a NDA does not stand. Go put you a shut your mouth, what you call that shut your mouth thing where you got to shut your mouth? Go put you one of them shut your mouth things on him and take your butt to the courthouse police department and get some help. Go sue him for your ring or for whatever money he borrowed from you or whatever money he's supposed to pay you back. And get your tail away from that man. I don't care if you got 9 kids by him. I don't care how many kids. You need to get away from him until you can figure out what's going on with you. Because as long as he needs you, he's going to gaslight you, manipulate you, kiss the butt, lick the butt, do all the things that you want him to do, play good daddy, play good boyfriend. But the minute that he gets back up on his feet, he going to do the exact same thing he been doing to you. Dog you out, embarrass you every moment that he get in public, go into every girl DMs that will have him. and so on and so forth, up until you get yourself caught up in a situation with him. Neo Terror said he was going to be in court for something. I want y'all to think about that, and maybe it's then caught up with him. I ain't talking about all the people on there playing around and playing on games. I'm talking about the women who actually had that situation happen to them, if it really did. I'm just saying actually because they said it actually happened. I wasn't there. Allegedly, however you want to say it. Hey, Tanya. How you doing, love? Hey, Kevin Myrick. I'm sorry, I messed your name up. Slash. But yeah, that's what I'm going to need for y'all to do. I'm going to need for y'all to get off old boy. Let me say it clearly. I'm going to need for y'all to get up out of Robert Hampton business. And I'm going to need for y'all to go check on Briana's well-being. Because it's obvious that something is going wrong. She's a boss. Remember, she says she's a boss. And how is she allowing this man to do these things to her? She knows what's happening. She knows what's happening, but for some reason, something is going on where she can't get away. Is there an NDA that she's afraid of? Is she afraid that he's going to blackmail her or expose her or whatever the case may be? Help her with the hearings and what she needs to do to get away from that situation. That's what y'all need to do. Hey, Jean, that's what y'all need to do. Get up out of Robert Hampton business. Get up out of his business. Leave that man alone. And go worry about the girl y'all supposed to be supporting. That's what you need to do. Because that's where the problem is. If a grown A woman, hey Francesca, and Lenata Riviera, how y'all doing? If a grown woman wants to go talk to a man, lay up with a man, after knowing that all you crazy people are still harassing the man over something that he ain't doing nothing to nobody because he over there doing his own thing. He ain't bringing none of his drama and back end conversations to the internet. Y'all searching and lurking. That's really what you call searching and lurking. What I call sneaking and peeking and sneaking, peeking. Not a peeping. It's not peeping. It's peeking and sneaking. That's literally what you call it. Because he ain't bringing none of his information to the internet. Y'all bringing it to the internet. Y'all searching and peeking it for the internet. When you have your friend who is bringing it to the internet, those are cries for help. There is something wrong there. There is something wrong there. I just need her just to say, forget it, bring it to the internet or not. Go to the police or not. Get away from him and do so. Not or not. Ain't no word not to that. I don't care if it's the baby daddies or not. I don't care. Something is wrong there. Something is wrong there. And that's what I need for y'all to do. That's what I need for y'all to do, to look more into her behaviors. Past, present, future, current, now, then, over there, up there, in there, to the left, to the right, whatever. Y'all need to pay attention to the things that she had been going through, the mindset that she has been having. This is what I need for y'all to look at. Look at the mindset she's been having. If y'all say she's such a good mother, think of the things that's been going on. Y'all know her being a good mother, she ain't going to allow nobody to hit her child and stay with him. You know she ain't going to allow nobody to go in her daughter's room at 3 o'clock in the morning and be on top of her at 4 o'clock in the morning and stay with him. Y'all know something is wrong. If y'all don't know something is wrong, that there is something wrong. Y'all need to go look on your girl and check out on to figure out what's going on. So if he's capable, allegedly, of having a drink of wine with a girl and the girl not remember anything until waking up in the bed naked next to him, you better try to figure out what the hell is going on with your girl for 2 years or 3 years or however long this stuff been going on. That's what y'all need to figure out. We're talking about a man who is on the T app, and some young ladies said that he's weird. They had a drink of wine, and she does only a drink of wine, and she don't remember anything after the glass of wine except for waking up in the bed naked next to him. And there's other women that said some other things on there, and his girlfriend's supporters choose to continue to harass her ex-husband, opposed to saying something to him, who's currently doing this to her right now because she's in a relationship with him and he's doing this with these girls, or saying something to her first baby daddy, who's not who's not spending time with the children, taking care of the children, or doing anything for the children. These two baby daddies over there, the first and the third, they want to continue to bother the second one, who's the only one that's taking care of the child, who was paying child support, who's going to pay child support since he's got it reduced. He's the only one that's active in the child's life, but he's trying to move on, and her people don't want him to move on. So that's all I'm talking about. I'm just talking about how people show the blind eye to certain people, and then they keep, deflecting. What's that word? It's a word. It means trying to skate over what really needs to be addressed by bringing attention to something that doesn't really matter, that's not even anything. They're just trying to make something big out of it. That's what I'm talking about. So they're ignoring what Johnell is doing to her, and they're ignoring the fact that Woken ain't doing crap for his kids. They're ignoring that, but they want to continue to harass the one person that is trying to help or doing something. That's all I'm talking about. I'm just so disappointed in some of these people. I'm disappointed in some of these people. And then I'm talking about women who intend on, so to speak, being with the person, or men who, so to speak, intend on being with a person, but they save all the text message, all the conversation, every communication with the person, so that they can later, if something happens or they break up with them, expose them or put it out on the internet for malice intent. Like, these people are effed up. These people are really effed up and sick, y'all. Effed up and sick. That's all. Oh, that's my son in the kitchen. What you finna do? Cook you something to eat? Okay. Well, he's finna do some stuff in there, so it's kind of be loud. I'm either have to get off. I ain't going in the room. I'm either have to get off or, I don't know. I lost my earbuds, my headphones. What you call them? My AirPod, whatever. I lost them. I don't know. They fell out my purse. But yeah. I don't really have much to say about that. The next time I come over here, when I come back on, I don't know if it's going to be in the morning at about 6:05, 6:15, 6:30. It's going to be sometime in the morning or tomorrow night. This is out of all due respect for Mr. Hampton, but I'm going to say what need to be said to his daughter. I'm going to say what somebody needed to say. You want to jump off that porch and act grown? You want to talk grown, be grown and disrespectful? Miss Robbie gonna give you what you're asking for. So that's gonna be my next one when I come back on here. I already got it on here, but I'm gonna wait because I wanna think about what I'm gonna say and how I'm gonna say it if I really wanna go in deep. But y'all, I'm gonna go on and get off because my baby about to be working out and stuff. He about to make some. Huh? He got to make some gourmet. and in the smoothies and stuff. So it's gonna be kind of loud, and I am not gonna stop the master of art from making his masterpiece because I'm greedy, y'all. But that's all I wanted to say. I'm so disappointed that they are looking over this. I really want Amora to tell me or explain to me or enlighten me, why are they not exposing Johnell X Young for hurting Briana Battle or those children? Why are they covering from him without even knowing if it's the truth or false for the women that were on that app on the 20-something days ago? I really want her to tell me that. I never have any problem with Amora. Never, ever have any problem with Amora. She do what she do. I do, whatever. We do whatever. It ain't no problems with me and her. But I really need her to tell, I don't need her to tell me. I would like for her to tell me or explain to me why. What is going on? What am I missing? Like, what am I missing? Can somebody please tell Amora to either inbox me, call? She got my number, I believe. No, I don't know if I got that number, but where is that phone? I don't even know where that phone is. To inbox me, call me, tell me when she gonna be on live. I dropped the link. I really want her to explain to me, why are they ignoring the fact that this man continuously hurts this woman and does things to her, or has hurt her child, or has allegedly did something to these women, and they are not saying anything. They're ignoring it, and they're supposed to be advocates. And I don't care if she said that's her man, take it out. I don't care. He was still her husband at the time this was going on. Even when we found out it was a lie, they were still going on. Even though the court said leave it alone, and it's still going on. So I want to know why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Wait, what's that song Keith Sweat say? Why?
Don't get to singing on live.
I know it's already too late. I'm already saying. Wait, what's the song? I'm gonna find out the song Keith Sweat sing. Why? Wait, hold on. I can't play it on live, but I'm put on mute real quick, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. Hold on. I'm gonna hit y'all with it real quick. I can't sing, but I'm gonna hit y'all with it, Keith. Y'all know what? Don't be laughing at me over there, giving me that side face. Riviera. Woo. Why? Oh, no, I ain't gonna sing that because this is Why Me, Baby. I don't care. It ain't about me, but I just want to know. I really want her to tell me that. I ain't going in her chat because her chat is kind of harsh. I ain't going in her chat unless I'm going straight there, or she comes straight there, or we gonna talk on the back. But I ain't going up in there because they kind of harsh. But I just want to know why. I just want to know why. I just want to know why. Somebody got to tell me why. Somebody got to tell me why. Why? Okay, y'all, I'm going to bed because I'm getting goofy. I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But if I get some sleep tonight, well, I'm going to come on in the morning anyway, around 6:15. Maybe a little bit before that. And when I come on at 6:15, I got something to tell. Why? I'm trying to tell you. That's why I need to start putting my lies. Why? Why y'all letting this ninja skid? This ninja just skid, and he got a draw, got some boxes full of skid marks, all the skidding he doing. I can't even understand why. This is a friend. She has told us he has hurt her physically, emotionally, financially, mentally, and the children. And they just letting it go. They ain't said nothing. They ain't showing her no support. Whether they know it or not, if they show her some support, it'll give her some strength to get up and go. Like he ain't worth 2 pennies that you rub together underwater trying to start a fire. You cannot start a fire with 2 pennies underwater. And that's about how much that ninja is worth. They need to support her to get her away. I'm trying to tell you. Like, it's like, why? I'm trying to tell you, okay, that's enough whys now. No more whys, no more whys. No more whys. Yeah, no more whys. Yeah, you might have to go back and listen to it because it was a lot. But I'm about to get off anyway. Um, I had to because if you put too many, it'll spam it. So I have to. It can't be the same message that many times or they'll call it spam, okay? So yeah, I had to take it. I know we was singing, but they won't understand that. Okay? Yeah, it ain't that. That's why I left some, because you was singing with me. But they won't understand it as that you singing with me. They'll look at it as spamming. Oh, what is going on? No, it's nothing's going nowhere. I'm about to go to bed now. I already said my live was 41 minutes long. I already said what I was saying. What you lost about what I was just saying? Or the why? Which part you lost? The whys? I want to know why they letting it go on. What I said in the beginning of the live. Or in my live. That's what. You gotta tell me what you're talking about. I'll tell you what I mean. Oh, okay. Look, tell me what you're talking about. I'll tell you what I mean. All right. Bye-bye. Talk to you tomorrow morning. All right, y'all. Y'all rock with me. I'm about to go to bed now. It's time for me to go. So I can get up and talk some more in the morning. Because I got something to say in the morning. Somebody is not going to like me no more. They probably block me and kick me off their pages tomorrow. All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. Be safe.